this episode of Art Loft, Studio Tour with Claire Jeanine Satin.
They still evolve from each other. It's a natural evolution.
The evidence of her evolution effortlessly weaves through Satin's studio space. Paper crafting lays the foundation for binding. Found objects become jewelry, then replaces paper.
Hi, I'm P. Scott Cunningham, and from the studios at South Florida PBS, this is Art Loft. Welcome back. I'm P. Scott Cunningham. On this episode of Art Loft, we check out dynamic projects across a variety of media. First, we venture to Dania Beach into the studio of multidisciplinary artist Claire Jeanine Satin. Join us as we review her remarkable books, learn about her friendship with John Cage, and gain insight into her evolution as an artist.
I'm very attracted to materials. I manipulate them and I repurpose them and I expand on them. It's the ideas, the underlying ideas that are of paramount importance. Sometimes I am inspired by a material itself, which will kind of instigate an idea that I can develop. And it can come almost from anywhere. I mean, I've had concepts that have been developed from people, from philosophy, from experiences that I've had in the past with artists or with teachers that have impressed me. I can't say I follow one route or another. It's a multiple of routes. And sometimes they run parallel to each other, sometimes they cross over each other. So basically I have an open mind. And I feel it's an evolution rather than a revolution of my ideas. Even though I pass from one material to another, I pass from one concept to another, they still evolve from each other. It's a natural evolution.
The evidence of her evolution effortlessly weaves through Satin's studio space. Paper crafting lays the foundation for binding. Found objects become jewelry, then replaces paper. Metal invades ceramics, then becomes pages. There are no boundaries, only growth born of a self-imposed randomness and experimentation. Her own brand of interdeterminacy.
One part of my work, which is a great devotion of mine, is the work, the study, and the creation of book and book-like objects. John Cage was one of the people that came as a visiting artist to the college. And I had this wonderful experience of meeting him and talking with him. And as a gift, because he gave me the wonderful gift of his theory of indeterminacy, which has affected my art life enormously since that time. From that moment on, or that time on, I developed my own concept of indeterminacy and how I put it to work in my work. The way I approach the subject of books is particularly for people who are not familiar with book art. Traditional book has three aspects. One is covers, the second is a binding, and the third is sequential pages. So that's what we're accustomed to seeing when we say book. My approach to it is to investigate all those possibilities that are non-traditional. So I will usually reference one or more of those aspects of a book, but in form and content, it can be radically different. So you will see books that hang, you will see books that unfold, you will see books that are much larger than a normal book, you will see books that are made out of non-traditional materials, like steel, like window screen, but the message and the significance is the underlying concept, as I previously said. The importance of M in my work is based on John. He wrote a book, and the title of the book is M. And he got the letter M from the alphabet using the I Ching. So I have kind of usurped the letter M, and I include it in my work in some form. This is also an ongoing series of books very much devoted to the idea of indeterminacy. You see a very unique configuration caused by the overlaying of text. Each page is not only to print it on the right side, but also on the verso. And the title of these books are called People Either Get the Point or They Don't. The first line of the 13th page says, facilitating processes so that anything can. And that exactly means indeterminacy. This is, as I mentioned, has reference to traditional book and the fact that it has sequential pages. Each of the pages is made of window screen, handwritten with reassembled text by John. And each page includes a little aluminum book and also the letters M you will see frequently throughout the work.
Satin's affection for books in all forms afforded her an opportunity to leave her mark on the most traditional institution for the written word, a library. At Walter C. Young Resource Center in Pembroke Pines, readers are welcomed by Satin's Alpha Story installation. This Broward County Public Art Commission draws on literary inspirations such as The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, hieroglyphic and alphabet images, and a quotation from William Blake, reader, lover of books, lover of heaven.